Hey everybody, we're recording from the Game Star front porch today for our unwrapping of this junk Project Diva Future Tone that we picked up. We're going to try and get it restored and running as much as possible. It's missing a monitor. All the locks were removed. I assume that this was just not really worth the trouble to get going. Don't know if the PCB works or anything, and we did not come with the topper art. So this is just how we got it. I've got a replacement monitor and touchscreen to drop in there. So we're going to try that out and see if everything works. So first off, I'm going to unwrap everything here. So I think my least optimistic is we can get this to be a functional game again. Even if the PCB is dead, we should be able to get a replacement online and get that running. So not too worried about that, but hopefully the monitor and touchscreen that we picked up worked. That's a key. That's going to be a big part in getting this cabinet into more operational status. I kind of wonder if maybe that's just why they considered it junk, because it looks like there's a little bit of bubbling on the protector on the touch slider here, but that's whatever. No big deal. Okay, so we've got the cab open here. Gonna see inside. Everything is here inside. So no problems there. Let's come down to the bottom. I'm going to check and see what they gave us in the coin bucket. There's almost always some goodies or something in there. I'll have to get new locks for these, which I've already got. I'll do that another time. So yep, in here we've got all the tangs for the cabinet. We're going to need those for locking up, and a couple screws for mounting on top, but we don't have the art, so at any rate, good. That's about what I was expecting and hoping to find in there. Looks like these are screwed shut. So I'm going to open up the front door. Inside, we've got the hardware's there. Everything seems to be hooked up right. Nothing wrong there. We've got some install discs and manuals. We'll pull these out. And slowly building up a shelf of all this stuff. So there's going to be tons and tons of different versions of Future Tone, and it looks like down here maybe some vanilla, some ring edge. Yeah, ring edge. So there's Project Diva, the original. Got a ton more discs here and a couple manuals. We've got some service manuals and whatnot. I think I've already got some of those, but we'll put those all together. All right, I'm going to put these aside for the time being and look at the cab itself. Inside we've got the side arts. It looks like both of them are the same. I think I've seen, there is one different one I think I've seen, but I don't know if I have it. At any rate, just the side arts for it. And looking inside, everything inside looks pretty complete as well, so no worries there. I'm going to first thing, before anything else, pull out the monitors. Here we go. I've got these replacement monitor and touchscreen. We're going to install these. That way, if we do turn everything on, we know whether the PCB works or not. So we'll grab this monitor. Just drops in. There's 4 bolts in there. And this monitor was actually from a Shining Force Cross that got gutted. They're the same cabinet, same monitor, so just a regular monitor there. Backside looks like we've got some extra cables, so I'm going to take those off since I think we've got these inside already. Maybe? Video cable. Where does that go? Well, maybe it's not all in there. Anyway, I'm going to untie this then. I'm going to run those cables down and then drop this monitor in. Hopefully, actually, now that I'm looking at it, I believe we are missing the frame for the monitor. So we may not be able to mount this right away. Yep, the frame's missing. So I'm gonna have to grab a frame to put in there or make something ourselves. So probably it just bolts onto this and goes on the back. So for the time being, that's fine. I'm just gonna drop this in. We'll be able to test the cabinet anyway. I just need to hook it up. So this is power. I believe there should be a spot here for me to plug this in. Oh, no, here we go. They were just draped into the cabinet. Let's see if I can get this out. Stuck on something in the bottom. Okay, there we go. So we can get rid of these cables. These are extra. And we'll hook up to this one. Okay, there's VGA. I'm not gonna go super tight on that. I don't really need to. Got power here. And this one is probably the OSD. You go right here. Okay, good. That only goes in one way. Alright. So now we should be able to test the monitor. I don't think we're going to be able to get far enough to test the touchscreen anyway, but I'm going to see if it's easy enough to just turn that on. Let's see, I'm going to put this in here for now. I'm just going to drop it like right there. Okay, that should be okay. Let's open up the touchscreen. Whoop! That almost hit my funny button. So I'm not going to secure this in until after I clean the back side of the glass and everything. But for now, I might just drop it on, see if it's good to go instead of the side. Again, I think we're not going to be able to test the touch screen without the game booting, which we'll get it. We may get it to run, but not all the way. So here we've got, this is a serial connection. It's a serial touch screen. And yep, it looks like the controller board is right on the inside there. So that means, let's see, well, I can look at it there. That's the top, like this. And actually, I'm going to pull up the control panel. It needs to sit underneath. Just drop this in. Now this is easy to mount. This just has 2 screw holes on the bottom, and then it slides up into grooves in the top. So let's plug in this sucker right there. It's plugged into the serial controller for it. Put this down. And it just slides in there. And then I'll need 2 screws to grab later, and that'll hook up. So that's good enough for now for this, and let's grab a power cable and hook everything up. Okay. Well, and I think I'll cut there and come on back once we've got everything plugged up. Alright everybody, it is now about 10 minutes in the future, and I'm just going to take the camera off the mount, since all we're doing now is just hooking stuff up. I stretched a power cable out through the door. We're going to check everything out in here, make sure everything's hooked up correctly. And it looks like... Oh, okay. So I think I hooked up the wrong video cable, for one. So I'm going to fix that. There's two of them in these cabs. I don't remember why. But one of them isn't really used, and I think I hooked up the one that isn't used. So I'm going to open this back up. Uh-oh. Are we stuck? Did I? Oh. It is catching on the corner. There we go. So I'm going to take this back off real quick. As I tug on that cable. Hold this monitor. Okay. I'm going to run this cable up real quick. God, it will not stay. There we go. No! If only I had, you know, another set of hands. But, you know, nobody wants to come do anything with me, so I'm doing it all myself. I'm gonna hook this up down here. Okay. Now that is actually all hooked up and should be good to go. Just gonna kick this back the way it was before. This is not the most professional way to do it, but whatever. For the time being, I'm just trying to see if it'll boot up. Alright, drop that down. I might turn this a little bit away from the sun so we can see it a little better. And flip this sucker on. So everything here is firing up just fine. Let's check the screen. I'm not seeing anything coming up, but it could just be the light. It's really bad. We'll come back to that. But getting a quick look at it inside here. Again, I just heard the speakers pop. That's a good sign. So this is probably booting. The monitor should be powered, so we should be getting some kind of signal on it. We will see. Yep, there we go. It's actually upside down. So that's good. This is going through the normal boot up. It's going to throw an error, a key chip error, in, well, longer than this video is worth recording. But that's all I really wanted to see. We'll do a quick once over of the cabinet, kind of see how it came in, because it's definitely, I mean, I can see it probably wasn't worth their time. But I'll go over the little details. So we've got down here, you can see like a little bit of like rust and little nicks. Got a lot of smoke here, like the whatever cigarette smoke damage, the yellowing or whatever. All over. Again, no locks. Otherwise, like, honestly, this cabinet looks pretty good. Open up this control panel again so you can get a better look. If I can get it. This thing keeps getting caught. Oh my god. My kingdom for an extra set of hands, Jesus! Okay. So, inside control panel, everything looks very normal. These switches are pretty expensive, so it looks like, and I can only assume they're fine. I'm not really going to be able to test them right now, but everything in the control panel looks fine. Rotate this cab around. Yeah, nothing really different here. Oh, neat thing, when these ship, so these have a little like fabric draping thing here, and they actually just tie it up like this, and you let it fold out, and then there's a little hook down here that you loop it into, and that's how those come down, which is cool. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for the cab. It's complete, other than, you know, missing the monitor, the bracket, the touchscreen, topper, whatever. It looks like we're gonna get something working out of this one. It'll be a little bit of work, but that's what comes with the territory. I guess last thing, I'll open this yet again, and apparently I hit a button and closed the video. Anyway, I'm gonna open this up again. Disconnect the touch screen. And just show you the internals back here, because this is something that you normally wouldn't really look at. So here we've got, this is the touch screen serial controller. All these games use a serial touchscreen, not USB, so you can't really use it for anything else unless you write your own drivers. Back here we've got the normal Sega JVS I/O, various other things, power supply, all that stuff, and that's really all that's inside the cabinet. And yeah, normally with the screen on, you wouldn't see any of that. Now, actually, I'm gonna flip this around. It has gotten to its error screen. You can see it just says it's missing key chip. So that's a very good sign. I didn't notice anything weird with the PCB booting. It sounds normal, the fans are good. So I think this one's gonna be good. So that's a wrap for today on this cabinet, and probably within the next few days we've got back here a Pokken cab that we picked up off Yahoo Japan. And it came with a PCB in it. I have no idea what's running on it, if it's an offline kit or not. I'm assuming not, based on what we paid. But we've got that, and we've got the rest of the parts here, and I believe the monitor. We're gonna take a look at this cabinet kind of in the same way. We're essentially just gonna fire it up, see what it does, and that's about it. So we'll look forward to seeing you in that future video. For now, this is Game Sorrow. We're signing off. See you next time.